I'm Spencer.
Swear to me!
And this is the It. And we're here to do a review of Batman Arkham Knight.
Swear to me.
Swear to me that we'll do it.
Alright, so right off the bat, Batman.
So, Batman is obviously an icon in comic books.
Oh.
He is the man.
He's the man.
He's my favorite superhero.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That being said, I do not like superheroes. I don't like comic books. I think the most thing I liked Avengers, and I like the Batman movies. Like Dark Knight was really, really good, obviously. But as far as actually reading comic books, I don't do any of that. I don't get into any characters.
You're a Dragon Ball Z fan right over here.
No. I don't do anime either, nerds.
Manga then.
I don't do manga either, nerds. So I played, this is the fourth game in this series.
Okay.
It started with Asylum, which I loved. Moved on to City, which I was cool with. Didn't love it, but I was cool with it. And then Origins, which I didn't play. Heard mixed things about that one.
Could you say it was the origin of your disinterest?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep. Next slide. So this is the game. It took me 14 hours to beat.
Pure story.
Pure story. I don't do any of that side quest bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I wish you could get a sound that was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Bullshit.
Yeah. Man-Bat came over. He's like, "Hey, you should chase me." I just swat him away. Like, no. I got things to do. I got an Arkham Knight to chase. Right. Please leave. Yeah, and he's like, okay, and he walked away. It is a brawler type of game, so if you got to make if you want to do a beat 'em up if you're gonna play this game. It's an open world setting, which means that there's a whole big world that you're supposed to explore. It's rather empty.
Oh no! Don't you dare close your eyes.
And let's talk about the story. Batman has to stop the Scarecrow. Scarecrow is a villain in the Batman universe.
Spoilers!
He wears a little thing on his face.
Yeah.
And he likes to scare people.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
He's like freaking scary with all
Like,
his...
I work at Fear Farm.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a disgruntled Fear Farm worker.
Employee,
For people that aren't from Phoenix, Arizona, Fear Farm is our local haunted house extravaganza.
Yeah, where they hire high school students to scare people.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Every year, they come back for more.
Yeah. And so you just have to stop him from doing a poison, which honestly is the story of every single Batman Arkham game I've played. It's just the whole city or world is getting blown up with poison or something.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is that this game relies heavy on comic book knowledge. So going into it, if you're not well versed in comic books, or like you might have mentioned the Batman games themselves, you might want to study up on it to kind of know what's going on a little bit.
Check out your local wiki.
Because it's not very new people friendly.
Uh-oh. Could that be a con? We'll see.
Stay tuned.
On the next issue.
So the gameplay, let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
This is traditional Batman combat from Arkham Asylum, where you punch, counter, jump, hit people with your kick.
Kick, punch. It's all in your mind. If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find it.
Yes, it is Forever After meets Batman.
Yeah.
But no, you jump around. I will say that in this one you're a little bit more loose than in the other
Oh, God.
ones.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are quite the...
Acrobat. Oh,
Yes.
Batman.
Yeah. See, and I wouldn't get the reference because I don't know Batman.
Oh, wow.
No, I know that the Dick Grayson. Whatever.
Yeah, man.
But he kind of jumps really far for Batman. I'm more used to him being more of a stiff character, brawler type, but he literally jumps like across the screen to hit people, which is a little bit bizarre.
You gotta find his target.
But that's only really half the game. The other half is following your Bat car. You drive around.
Batmobile.
Oh, Batmobile. Okay.
Oh,
You drive around your Bat sedan, and you're driving from location to location, and you get into these armored core-like segments where you have to shoot cannons and machine guns. And the cool thing is, this is what I love, is that you never kill people.
Oh my God.
You have a machine gun equipped to your car.
It's a
rocket
pacifist
launcher.
dream.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Oh.
You knock everybody out with sedatives or something like
It's
that.
a murderer, a serial killer's nightmare.
Yeah.
Why won't they die?
Yeah, they keep living.
To be done. Yeah.
That'd be an interesting take on Batman if he was just living in a purgatory where nobody ever died and he always wanted them to.
Yeah. God damn it, Harley.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Swear to me. Yeah.
But so half the game is played in your car, and that's a little bit weird. I will say that I wish that the game was more like Zelda. You do have Zelda elements with the car, where you have to use that to solve puzzles, and you blow up walls to get through them, and it's like... But
And then he picks up treasure chests.
yeah.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, most of it is just spent with you just doing one thing to get through a mission.
One thing.
Yeah, so it's kind of disappointing. I wish it was more like the first game.
Disappointing.
That's right. Graphically, it's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I like seeing Batman look fucked up more and more throughout the series. Like, as far at the beginning, he's all clean. He gets new armor. It's all metal and shit. And then, like, at the end, he looks like trash, which is wonderful. I like that. And the Bat car does it too. It looks all gross.
You're like, yo, paint job.
So that's really cool. Graphically, it's stunning, but just not avoid that. Sound-wise, it's fine. I didn't notice anything wrong with it. The voice acting was solid, except for, I will say, the Arkham Knight sounds a little bit weird. Sounds kind of kiddie, but
Let's stop you right here.
Yeah,
see?
I didn't really like him. I just didn't like him. I didn't think his voice was kind of dumb.
Well, they wanted to kind of capitalize and like show off a new, like a really badass kind of guy that no one even knows about. He's a wild card, right?
Yeah.
Going into it, but
Kind of like a pissed off teenager.
Yeah, it didn't really pay off.
Didn't like it.
That's unfortunate.
So the pros of the game. One has got to be the graphics. This game is gorgeous.
Graphics.
I will say, before I get further into this, I played this on the PS4.
So
This game did come out on the PC for a short-lived time.
there was a Steam sale. Oh,
Yeah. I believe it got pulled as the time of this recording.
Yeah.
It was actually pulled off of Steam because the PC port, which was made by Iron Galaxy Studios, was awful.
Faithful recreators of Darkstalkers Resurrection. They had Street Fighter Third Strike Online Edition. They did Killer Instinct Season 2.
Apparently they can't do this kind of game very well, though.
Yeah, I just mentioned fighters, and clearly this one is not up their alley. They've
So,
done other games.
Apparently it was pulled off because it was so bad and people were trying to return it all the time.
Fuck it!
Which is, you know...
Get rid of it, eh?
which is...
What's that guy, man?
Right.
It's Batman!
It's
Get rid of it, eh? Run there! Run there! Run there! Done.
Weird looking guys. But yeah, so apparently the PC port is not very good, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
There's another pro is there's a lot of fan service and side quests in the game, which is great for people that want to do that. I'm not one of those people. I like to just machine gun.
I have a life.
Yeah. Come on, I'm not some kind of nerd that sits around and plays games all day.
And then maybe even has a podcast or... Yeah, keep going.
And then another pro would be is that it's a decent length. I thought 14 hours was a good amount of time for a main quest. I thought it was good. Especially the comic book one that I don't really enjoy.
Oh.
So, as far as the cons go, I thought the story was pretty weak. And this is coming from someone who doesn't like comic books or read them.
Yeah.
So, a lot of it involved stuff from the comics that I wouldn't know unless I knew stuff about comics already. So it didn't do a great job of introducing me to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Catwoman, bummer. I was like, well, I mean, granted, everybody knows who Catwoman is.
Yeah.
But if I weren't a person that knew that, and this applies to every character pretty much in the game, like, I'd be completely lost as to why I care about these characters.
Yeah, but you are the minority in this regard.
Right, I think most
So-
people are pretty...
Yeah, some people might, be like, oh, hey, I know that guy. So take that as what you will. But from someone coming in just not even knowing about it, it's definitely detrimental to the experience.
Right. It's an open world, but it feels empty.
I completely agree.
The problem is that, and then we were talking about this earlier, but I think maybe the problem is that when you're walking around the city, it's always night.
Yeah.
And there aren't anybody that is worth saving.
Yeah.
But like, it's a town that you kind of question why would you even bother saving this town if every single person is a thug that wants to kill me.
Yeah, and the thing is it's a unfortunate victim of its own form of entertainment in the sense that it's always, the Bat only comes out at night.
Yeah.
Usually, unless he's part of the Justice League. And he only comes out at night. Well, when you make the game at night, not everyone's going to be like, ooh, that's cool, at night. It's just darkness layered on darkness.
Yeah.
A big problem I did have with the game, just right off the bat, was I felt like the streets were too small.
They are pretty narrow.
And I'm like,
and the tank controls a little bit sloppily.
Yeah.
It's not bad once you get used to it, but it always feels a little tight.
Yeah, and I was just like, that is just lame.
Yeah. That you could not park that Bat car in a parking lot at Target. I will say that. It is way too wide.
Definitely a tank. A Bat mobile home.
Yeah.
Has everything you need.
Got a fridge in there.
Another gripe that I have with that game is God, when they introduce you to the Batmobile and it rides over this ramp and then suddenly he jumps in while it's in midair, fuck you.
That
No,
was
he
cool.
doesn't.
No, that was
I
cool.
hate that.
I like that.
Let me just operate it.
Yeah, and he's like,
Later.
he just like squiggles his way in. I like it. I thought that was
so
cool.
silly to me.
So another negative I found was that the tank segments were just too much.
Yes.
There, like every half an hour, it was like, you know, the story be going, Arkham Knight's getting away.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shoot, better go catch him. He's gonna go do something with the penguin guy. And then you're like, all right, well, hold on though, sir, because we want you to kill 15 tanks. Go.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of just trapped.
When he mentions tank segments, your Batmobile transforms. So you have the moments where you're actually like maneuvering, sort of like anyone who's played Armored Core, you're kind of boxing around of sorts. You're like,
And it's not that they're not fun, because they're kind of fun.
they can be.
But it's so shoehorned in and kind of unnecessary.
That's the most unnecessary part of
Right,
the
it's
Batmobile.
just why do I have to do this?
Yeah,
It's just weird. Maybe if it was like once in like every couple hours, I wouldn't mind it so much. But it's like
There's an
constant.
entire setup geared to just upgrading your tank part, right?
Yeah, which is actually where I went because I realized I was doing it so much.
Oh,
so I
really?
just did that, and
Oh, wow.
it was cool. And finally, this kind of ties in with the story, but there's some plot twists in this game. Obviously,
What?
there's gonna be plot twists. They kind of hit empty to me because it involves so much of the comic book lore and stuff like deep within the comics that I'm supposed to know. That I mean, I knew it because I know people that like comic books, but they're characters that I don't personally care about. And it's just like, oh, this person was this guy all along. You're like, oh, and if you're into that, you're like, oh, whoa. But if you're me, it's like, oh, yeah, bummer.
Sorry to hear it.
Yeah. So would I recommend this game? Not for $60. Let's wait. I would wait until it's a $40 game, which I'm
Okay.
sure it will be on Steam
Yeah.
soon. If you want it, and they'll fix it. They'll fix all that
Scoon.
stuff. Because I heard Rocksteady jumped on it, and they're like, we're gonna take control of this and
Oh, really?
redo it. So it'll be on sale at some point, probably sooner than later.
Yeah, they got a lot of crowd control to do, so.
So I would grab it for $40. For $60, the main story just doesn't bring it. The content, if you're big into Batman, $60 would be worth it. You probably already bought the game, so
And
I'm not going to convince you anything.
Yeah, and probably you'll be running
Yeah.
maybe some, maybe all side quests.
It's got the Riddler trophies and it's got all the other villains that you can chase after, so great. But for $40, this would be a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm sort of me.
And this is The Itch. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on This is The Itch on Twitch. We also are on doesthisgamesuck.com, so check us out there.
Yeah, and on PC. Yes.
Yes, on the PC. Log on to your computer and surf the web, and you will find it.
Ask your parents' permission
Yeah.
before logging online and going to Does This Game Suck? Right? We do new videos.
Thanks for watching.